So, to help my players get started in Eberron, without asking them to obsess over the setting as much as I do, I'm going to cover the top 10 things you need to know to get started. There is so much more to Eberron than what's on this list, but these 10 points have been brought up in one form or another in every edition since Eberron was created by Keith Baker, so they lay a pretty good foundation. Number 1. If it exists in fantasy role-playing games, then it has a place in Eberron. While not everything may be in its most familiar form, such as elves who worship their undead ancestors, or orc druids dedicated to protecting the world, Eberron is defined by how it transforms typical fantasy, not what it excludes. This does not mean everything has to be in the setting, but there's probably a place for anything you want to play. Number 2. Tone and attitude. Eberron's two most influential genres are pulp and noir. Pulp involves swashbuckling heroes engaged in dramatic conflicts with dastardly villains in larger-than-life adventures. Noir captures the shades of gray in both adventures and everyday life. Heroes make difficult choices, it's not always clear who the real villain is, and stories don't always end well. This plays into the first point nicely by removing some of the absolutes associated with an alignment-based approach, and then reassessing everything through shades of gray. For example, the ogre lumbering through town may just be looking for a copy of today's newspaper, while the silver dragon working with your heroes is more conniving than the worst person you've ever met. Number 3. A world of wide magic. Corvair, the primary continent of the setting, has turned arcane magic into a science. Eberron is not a steampunk setting with gunpowder and electricity. Instead, mage rites use minor magic to mend clothes or flavor foods, and wand slingers roam the Kabaran frontier, dueling at high noon. Eberron is described as having wide magic, not deep magic. Low-level utility magic is extremely common and used in daily life, while high magic levels and archmages are extraordinarily rare, which allows them to maintain some of their mysticism and wonder. Number 4. A world of adventure. Eberron is home to a wide range of settings and locations, ranging from ruins of ancient civilizations, sprawling jungles, cities with magical floating towers, pirate ships on the high seas, and everything in between. All of it is meant to inspire plot hooks and adventures while still melding together logically. The means of transportation in Corvair, namely airships and the lightning rail, which is a train connecting the major cities of the continent, allow you to easily explore a variety of locations in a single adventure. Number 5. A world of intrigue. Eberron is full of unanswered mysteries. Most prominently, the true cause of the Mourning, a cataclysmic disaster that took countless lives and left the nation of Sire covered in a strange gray mist. Dozens and dozens of factions scheme to increase their influence, hunting for power wherever they can find it. Number 6. The Last War has ended. Sort of. The Last War plunged the continent of Corvair into a civil war more than a century ago. 2 years ago, and 2 years after the Mourning wiped Sire off the map, 12 nations came together to sign the Thronehold Accords to end the war. Still, tensions are high, as the only thing that brought them together is the fear of a second Mourning. The anger and pain from decades of fighting are not easily mended, and most nations work behind the scenes to gain any advantage they can manage. Number 7. The Draconic Prophecy. The creation of the world came with mystic secrets wrapped into every crevice. Demons and dragons each seek to manipulate and control the prophecy, setting in motion schemes that may take centuries. The prophecy hints at calamity as often as fortune, and while some seek to unravel its mysteries, it remains as enigmatic as dragons themselves for most people. Number 8. The Five Nations. The Kingdom of Galifar was composed of 5 provinces, all shattered by the last war. 4 of these human-dominated nations survive: Aundair, Breland, Thrain, and Karnath. Sire, once the heart and jewel of Galifar, has fallen to the dead grey mist and is now known as the Mournland. Many look back to the Kingdom of Galifar as a legendary time of peace and prosperity. Number 9. Dragon Mark Dynasties. 12 lines of common ancestries, which includes humans, dwarves, elves, halflings, gnomes, half-orcs, and half-elves, bear a mystic symbol that unlocks particular magical capabilities. Over the millennia, the houses have grown to dominate the industries associated with their dragon mark powers, providing licensing and training while pushing out the competition. Adventurers don't just walk into a random tavern, they walk into a Golden Dragon Inn run by House Galanda, and can expect to see the same menu items available as the last Golden Dragon Inn that they visited 2 towns over. There are similar experiences when dealing with banking, transport, entertainment, or any other industry controlled by a dragon-marked house. Number 10. Dragon Shards. Dragon shards are stones or crystals imbued with mystic power that fuel the arcane advancements of Corvair, allowing elementals to be bound to airships and powerful magic items to be crafted. Alleged to be the crystallized blood of the progenitor dragons, Sybaris, Eberron, and Kyber, these shards can be difficult and dangerous to acquire. Entire adventures can form out of a quest for a particular dragon shard. And there you have it. Hopefully that was enough to get the gears turning and maybe spark your interest in Eberron. I've included links to some other helpful videos if you're looking to take a deeper dive into any of these topics. Thanks for watching, and may the Sovereigns watch over you.